what you're watching in front of you right now is a huge opportunity. And this may not even come back in next 3 to 5 years. So this can be that lifetime opportunity which happens once in a while. Great. But that happening in an asset which is so strong in fundamentals, where you now have clarity within US, the biggest economy of the world, and then you know what the future looks like. You know what these corporations are talking about and how they're implementing the system. And you literally know that this asset is about to take over the entire space of payments. And you actually see through things or read through these lines, and if possible, read between the lines. And then you understand that's huge. Now, yes, that doesn't actually mean you're going in short term and making massive gain. Those who were so eager to buy an average down this asset, where you say you didn't get the exact bottom, but you managed somewhere here, not the bottom of 0.3, not the top of 0.5, but if you manage to get it close to that 0.4, now you're in profit. One. Two, for a great perspective, if you average it down on a cyclical basis, your average would be somewhere below this 0.2, 0.3 range, which means you're already 100% in profit. And I'm watching a lot of people becoming so happy that they are 100% up right now in the crypto market because they're heavy in XRP. Now, this actually creates that opportunity because right now, this is where I live in, and I'm watching this happening, and I'm like, that doesn't look really good. It really doesn't, because you have massive opportunity here in the market to take benefit of. And if you do that right, that means you're actually taking your family standard of living to the next tier. And that's what we all want to do, right? And if you are looking for that kind of things, think about this. You want to take the right decisions at the right time. So what I want you to do is take all of these into consideration and take the right, well-educated decision for your life. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. I'm so happy, and this is the first time in my life I'm getting a lot of birthday wishes, hundreds of people wishing me on my birthday. And I'm really thankful for the support which you guys actually provide here. And I'm really happy to stay motivated in a way which I haven't been for a very long period of time. The crypto market was not that bullish, but we were staying strict. We were following what we can, understanding all these possibilities. And right now, when you watch the market, yeah, you can actually say that this asset moved 18% for the day. That asset is up 56% for the month. But what makes it special is that we were already on it. The price was 0.36. This is like, just happened the other day, last day. We have the charts at the bottom, but this is about testing the resistance and calling the breakout. And then what happens? The price pops. You're here. Then you look at another asset, which is again 15% up for the day, 52% up for the month. If you look at what we were talking about the opportunity call, right? And we were giving you the right perspective. If it breaks here, watch, it's going to do something like this. And that call was 0.027. Where are we right now? 0.033. So it already started. Now, yeah, you can take benefit of it right now. But once you get the right understanding and you see these assets doing good numbers, great numbers, and you have the right call on the right time, that makes things easy. That's what I call getting data in a format which you can digest easily. One. Two, you can consider things in an easy manner to take the best, well-educated decision for your portfolio. So if you are looking through that, look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. Now, jumping back to what's real, what's fake. If you are really looking at the price action of XRP right now, let me give you this directly. Being frank, yeah, we are going to see massive price action. Yeah, we are going to see a lot of big numbers coming in. But what we would like to see first is this level which we had talked about. We broke through that. A lot of people had given you another perspective where, some of the respected YouTubers, crypto Twitter guys, all those were involved. Where even there are individuals which I respect personally, didn't actually give same thought process as mine. They were saying, okay, this is a downturn, we're going to go down. Whereas my thought process was a little bit different. I was saying this is the ABC correction that's done. Because if you actually take that aside and look at the C leg, which happens like, the A, B, C, D, E, we actually got those moves here. So that's one of the reasons why I was following this as closely as possible and giving you guys my thought process that we are about to break higher. We are about to move higher. But yeah, it took 2 months after that kind of a Wyckoff call to break higher. Great. That does mean now we are looking for more upside, not for the downside. What does that mean? That doesn't mean on a short-term chart, when you go on a 1 hour chart, you will get massive upside, because on a 1 hour chart, the consideration is a little bit different. What's it looking like? Say if you're here and you're looking for XRP and you want to buy more units because you think the price is going to go higher, great. The price may literally come back down to that support level. Now keep that in mind and ask yourself, what is the price doing right now? Say, even if you look at the chart on a 4 hour, you will see that XRP had a small drop to the downside. Now, why am I calling that a small drop? Because the previous 2 candles were like boom. So compared to that, this is just a retracement. Get the perspective clear, guys. At least some of you would have taken profit at the top or somewhere close to this level, which means this is just the profit taking which we are watching. And those who have been accumulating this asset over the last 3, 4, 5 years, they're not going to take profits at these levels. Most of them I know have well charted, clear exit points. And when I'm discussing with people, when I'm going through all these one-on-one sessions, looking at their portfolio, giving my opinions, my thought process, and if I may say, the wisdom which I have gained in last 7 years, looking through assets, reading the charts and all, I'm watching all of these people having good, proper set targets. That means if you're short-term and trading, it's okay. But once you have the right perspective, you're going to reap the benefit. Why? Because this short term, when it shows you a drop to the downside and a consolidation here, there's a retest of this level. You just went back up to test this resistance. And after that test, what happens in the market? The market actually shows you a bearish engulfing candle. That is not a positive thing. Agreed. But always remember, the higher time frame structure comes in with a heavy weightage than the lower time frame structure. So even if you actually see the price action coming back down towards 0.7, that is completely fine. You will see massive buying happening at that time and the price going up. Look at this. For easy perspective, daily chart, 21-day EMA is showing you upside. Last time this happens is here, which we can watch in this horizon. And then what happens? You consolidate there for a few days and then boom, you go up another leg. So if you take the things into the right consideration, the first leg was 32% up and the next leg after the correction was like 40%. Now get this right. We actually did close to 100% run up this time. That means after the correction, if we are about to do another 100% move, that's actually going to take the price action somewhere close to $1.4. That's the first leg of the run up we are talking. And think about this in a different way. Say you happen to accumulate 10,000 units of XRP, 100,000 units of XRP, or 1,000,000 units of XRP. At $1.4, if your average is 0.3, 0.4, most of people I know have even lower than that. So if that's your level, at $1.4, you're happy. 1, 2, you are literally watching your portfolio growing. That changes the psychology, but for that to happen, you need to take the right decision. And if you have already taken that right decision, yeah, it's about riding this wave. It's about reaching those targets. That's not easy psychologically, because as your portfolio grows, the disbelief in the market will try to come back in because the fraudsters are still there, right? When Moon Lambo actually gives you this idea, I completely, agree with what he's saying, because there are people who actually stands out on the other side pouring on FUD into the market. Let it be the BTC maxis, let it be the media individuals, let it be the ether guys. But this is a great perspective which you need. Matt is 100% right on this. I haven't seen it. I also agree. I haven't actually seen any of these guys who are even thinking about how much Ripple is about to pay in fines. What I'm watching right now is a lot of individuals who are moving out of Ether, who are moving out of Bitcoin, buying XRP. So for me, this is 100% valid. And as you go through the market, this perspective is now sinking in. If you, as a whale, you as a family office, an institution, let it be small, big, or anything, if you are looking to enter into crypto, which has a legit use case, which has legit partnerships, then this is your only choice right now. Which means looking at the volume is going to be an important part of this as we go. We were around 300 million. We just popped to 10 billion. Right now, we are close to 3 billion. That's still 10 times the volume which we had a week back. That shows you the interest of new money entering the market 10 times bigger. That's not a small thing, and it's not retail, guys. It's actually involving a lot of different type of institutions in the market. I'm not saying this is the only opportunity out there. Yes, you do see a lot of these assets trying to break higher. Yes, you do see some of these assets showing even bigger ROI structure, which we are discussing in the group, right? So as soon as you actually look at all this, you need to agree on one point. If you're 100% XRP, that's your aim. Great. If not, you're looking for the payments, the smart contracts, the metaverse, the AI, the gaming, all of them to be in your portfolio in a way that it benefits you in next 2 years. Maybe it's next 6 months. I'm just being on the safe side. Maybe 1 year, 2 year, who knows? Because last time when XRP topped out in April 2021, you actually saw the metaverse, the gaming, all of them ride up until November, December. So that's another 6 months where other assets continue to go up. Now, that means you have opportunity right now to look for uncorrelated assets in a way where it gives you the best ability. Because look at Ether, it's still below a massive resistance. XRP just broke that level. It's a huge sign here showing that if it was, now I wouldn't actually say this, if it was a candle which actually popped through the roof and then came back down immediately, right? This range for XRP is something similar to what you're watching here for Ether. Ether is still below that. XRP is above that. And it's not a fake out. If it was, you would have seen the next candle here coming back down to 0.4. You would have seen the next candle at least coming back down. Now, what I'm watching here for is a retest of this level and a rejection down to the moving average. Like we have seen somewhat close here. Either you stay there for more time, the moving average comes up, and you bounce. Or you have a little bit more correction, come back down to 0.65 range, meet the moving average and bounce off. Now, you'll get better clarity when you actually add on indicators. Look at that. I mean, this is massive. We talked about this, saying we are about to cross to the upside. Go back to the 11th and 12th video. Not a lot of people would be saying the same. I can, sharply say that because a lot of people would right now come out and say, we've been calling that. Maybe, but then you go back before the pop and look through who was actually literally talking about a parabolic move coming in. You don't actually see a lot of individuals calling that. And that's especially I'm saying right now, when these indicators are through the roof, there should be some room for correction. There should be a breathing space. But what's more interesting is for you to look at the weekly chart. We talked about this, saying if the MACD bounces instead of crossing down, that goes in with the monthly, that goes in with the daily. If you guys remember that. Because the monthly was showing you I'm about to cross to the upside. And that was the perspective I was sharing. The daily now agrees with the monthly, which just pushed the weekly to agree with all these. Now that's showing you a massive shift. Say you want confirmation. What are you looking at? We need to keep the biases heavy. And then when you look at this, you'll say, okay, when we crossed to the downside, we passed the bottom. That was a retest and you got rejected. So you had a massive downside. And you all know when you're dropping down, it's only 100% to the downside. You can't do more than that. But when you're going up, that's massive run up. Look at what XRP did even with the price action side of things happening while the SEC case was running. You did a massive 1,800%. That was not a small thing. It's a huge movement with the SEC case. Now, watch what it's about to do in next 3 months, in next 6 months, in next 9 months when you're peaking through roof. it's not going to be like this. At that time, it will be massive euphoria. All the media outlets would be talking about it. Even everyone near you, the brothers, sisters, cousins, everyone would be coming to you asking, should I buy this now? That's the moment. Start selling it. Take profits, stay out. We'll get that notion from the market directly. We have seen this in 2021. We have seen this in 2017. Now, we were learning back then, but right now we have a better perspective in most of these assets. That gives us an advantage in the market. Now, if you actually zoom in, saying, okay, Danny, I get the massive point. I get the macro. I get the micro. Now, I really want to look for the short term, not just the micro. Let me look at the daily. Great. This is what we are looking at. If you actually get rejected somewhere here, what happens next is you slowly come back down to meet the moving average. So you then go in on that structure to see what's happening there. Are we getting rejected? So this particular candle actually shows you, yeah, we are. However, remember the monthly, remember the weekly, remember the daily, everyone is super bullish. So you really don't want to short this asset. I remember someone calling out saying, okay, let's short this asset. It's at 0.6. If you have done that at that time, you are liquidated. And we just saw close to $300 million getting liquidated just in XRP. Why? Because 3 billion came into the market and kicked those 300 million out. It would have been a painful movement, for sure. It would be a huge moment for the buyers who are making profit, but not that good for the sellers. So you need to be sure about what you're doing. So the micro, if you're looking at it on a 4-hour, you're watching that the price action is trying to show you a bullish structure on that candle. But as soon as you start zooming in, you get that idea. Okay, we did this. If we actually come back down towards 0.72, 0.71, and then give a bullish candle, that would be the reversal signal. But does it really matter? This is my concern. This is my question to you. Ask yourself, does the short-term movement really matter to you? Because say the price actually drops to this level. That's a 3% move. Say it come back down to test this support. That's a 6% move. Are you looking for next 10x, 100x to the upside? Or are you looking for the 5-6% to the downside? I mean, what's the logic behind that? Yeah, you can try to average down, but then the question becomes like, what were you literally doing through all this time? We literally had a couple of years inside this. We literally were trending to the upside. But yeah, I agree, a lot of big YouTubers, a lot of crypto guys were giving you the thought process of we are going down here, right? The 0.3, the new lower low bullshit. And that kind of pushed a lot of people outside. But we did have time to average down massively, right? It could have happened like, you do 1% at a time every month. You still had time to average down decent amount. So that's now out. And if you actually see the price action coming back down, now you may have to find liquidity and do this as soon as possible. But don't be greedy. Don't just follow the green candles, because you do have massive opportunities in the market, which is happening right now. You're watching 50-60% run up, an average of 30% run up here in these tokens. And we had all these calls. It's happening. The next market run up is starting here. You're watching 30, 40, 50% run up in most of these assets in a week, which usually does not happen in a bear market. So if your perspective is clear, you're about to make money. And if you're interested in these kind of calls on the right time, look for the link in the description below. So guys, thank you for your support. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.